hear me now? I can see it going up. Let's just give a quick... There we go. Am I? Yes, I am. Sup, everyone? How is... There we go. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Bit of a delayed start, shall we say. Well, 10 minutes delay, but, you know, kind of expected as a whole. So, we're going to be going into some predictions. We might as well do predictions for today, ahead of the game. Now, if you don't know how this bot works, is essentially I ran between two numbers. It's usually 0 and 10, or 1 and 10, sorry, for the actual team to win. And then for the actual result, we get a run between 0 and 1 for best of threes. And as you can see here, the bot has gone Vitality Mad. I've gone Vitality 2-1. And I've also gone Astralis 2-1. Just because I think how Astralis played yesterday, that was spicy, shall we say. And enough to kind of give them a warranted win over Mad, which I think will be pretty solid if they do manage it. Anyway, we're going to be VOD reviewing today the entirety of the Mad Astralis series from last weekend, which should be a pretty interesting feat, considering that this is what we're getting today. And it's going to be fun for me to kind of understand how these two teams performed overall against one another. And yeah, I've predicted before I've seen this a second time, because I want to go off of my memory and not off seeing it funky fresh in black and white right now. So, the big difference between this matchup and the one that happened today is the patch is slightly different. This is patch 13.1. They're currently going to be fighting on 13.1b, which is the secondary patch to 13.1. And Yumi has been nerfed to non-existence, shall we say, on this one. Now, draft so far, kind of standard. I'm liking the fact that Mad have paid respects to Finn, banning out his GP that got Astralis into playoffs. That's a big old ban for them, and something I kind of respect as a whole. Rest of the bans, fairly standard. At least being banned on blue kind of intrigues me. But it does leave open Nami and Lucian. Astralis here could realistically take the Lucian and put, I don't know, like a Lulu with it. Or a Nautilus, go heavily aggressive. Because Nami as a whole, taking away that, you do also have options with the likes of Twitch, Zeri. But instead, Karma Ezreal, strong bottom. Varus was open, obviously. Varus could come through still as a support pick. Believe it or not, I do not remember any of the picks from this series. Vi for Mao, kind of standard in terms of mid jungle. Maokai is one of those picks that people don't realistically think is that threatening, but that Q damage it does. I've been playing Mao support recently. I surprised myself with how much that Q does in terms of damage. And right now, this matchup as a whole could be defined by the jungle. Vi being locked in indicates you want to be locking down the carries quite a lot heavily. I'm just intrigued what the Mad Coach was doing there. I think that's Pad. I don't know what he was doing with his hands there. Bit weird. Just saluted across to Astralis. Anywho. Pick so far. I mean, stock standard as a whole. I'm surprised it's not a Zeri Lulu lineup from Astralis. But Zeri you don't necessarily think goes into Kobe's wheelhouse of picks. Yeah, I guess the Azrael being picked up is kind of something I expect. Excuse me as I move that over there. Just turn it down a little bit. It's fairly loud. Anywho, picks so far, yeah. It is a lot of target towards that mid lane now because neither side has picked their mid laners. So we'll probably be seeing Control Mage matchup. Syndra's open, Victor, Azir, all open. Talia's open as well. I don't know if that angle is still a thing Niski would go towards, but it's open. But Astralis don't lock their mid, they lock top lane, going for Jax. Obviously, Cassante is still technically open. You've also got other picks, but it doesn't really matter. They've gone straight for Cassante. What are they going mid? I mean, Ori is also another good pick. There's quite a few good angles here that Mad could attack mid with. Obviously, you can go with the likes of Galio and have a lot more side lane. Similar with a Talia. That's what my mindset is going. You play the Talia or the Azir and threaten sides a hell of a lot more. But Astralis, actually, think about it. Azir's one of them picks that I associate a little bit more with Deo. He likes those control mage picks, but he has been flexing towards these more bruisery mids, the likes of the Silas, which was banned in the second rotation. But it's going to be the Rise, so I completely forgot about him, and that champion's roaming potential always is a good thing to see. And right now, I'm hoping that we see a, what's it called? A close brawl. Because both teams have drafted a lot of team fight and there's burst matching across the board. Lucian versus Rise is very burst heavy. You've got a lot of engage from the Vi and the Maokai on each side. This draft as a whole, I would say is fairly even as the game goes later and later. It's probably heavily down to execution. But that being said, I think execution-based drafts, in terms of favor, will always favor the Madlions due to the caliber of player they've got on their team. But right now, we shall have to see as we are about to load onto the Rift. Yeah, there we go. But so, we've got a bit of a downtime, obviously. We could talk ahead a little bit more on the drafts, but stats for the game. We should probably see a split 5-fan across the map, as you usually do. I dare say, with what Astralis have, they do, I think, have a slightly stronger level 1 due to the poke Diaz and Nakama can put down. So we may see a bit of pressure coming down there. In fact, we do. We see 3 members from Astralis down there. Kind of expecting Lucianami to go a bit more aggressive to get an early wave push in. They are going to be spotted here. Karma is certainly spotted by that ward that was pre-laid by Hilly. Obviously, he kind of expects that too. And yeah, a lot of vision being set up already. Minute in. No invades have come through, so top side should be a fairly safe start for the Vi. Unless she shows on the Scuttlecrab ward, then her pathing's not going to be known. 113 is going to have a decent start. In fact, both junglers starting on the top half of the map going to work themselves down to the bot lane, which, realistically speaking, you're probably expecting full clears from a pair of them into a gank bot lane. Just because I think bot lane is probably the most volatile lane for as already an Ignite being dropped down onto the solution. Ezreal poking away. Yeah, that's a lot of damage put down for an Ignite though. I like it because I was highlighting it was a volatile lane. We're expecting some toing and throwing from either side, and yeah, we're getting it already. I dare say, though, the junglers will probably want to get down here as quick as possible now, as the Vi has made her way down here. She's just killing off her Gromp, so she should be getting some of that. Surprised the Karma didn't go for an auto there onto the turret. Get herself a free turret plate. Top side, bit of trading. Standard as a whole, not really anything too big coming out there. I don't think that lane is any threat of dying, but mid lane, Niski playing a bit too aggressive. He's expecting something. He does know Maokai is shadowing as well, and Vi gets spotted there by minions. So, nothing gonna come from it. A whole lot of nothing in terms of the jungler's action here. And Alioya has slightly picked up a little gold lead for himself. A little bit more CS. But he has been mainly focusing on clearing his camps more so than what the Vi has, who does have her wolf camp still left up, as well as her Krugs. But that's okay. She's going to get the first scuttle. Make a nice pathway. Spotted by Alioya. Oh, good dodge down the Q as bot side. Ooh, that's a root. Heal's been burnt for flash and ignite. Ugh. Oh. Okay, that's a lot of aggression out of DC lanes. Hilly. Okay. I forgot that happened. Okay. Let's go back to the initial start of this trade, because it's intriguing. Okay, so junglers fight each other here. I like that engage coming out from 113, as it kind of forces Alioya into a bad situation. And that does kind of tell you, with also here... Oh, you don't see it because I'm in the way. I'll move myself actually into this corner. I don't usually look at that corner. Essentially, down here, mids are roaming to help the junglers. They're in this sort of standoff phase. I dare say the Vi here will back away, knowing that she can't realistically kill the Maokai. That's okay, and that then probably will mean as these two bot lanes are trading, Vi has the inside track onto the lane, and we'll go try and make a play down here. This ward here will spot her as she does, so knowing now that she isn't anywhere near, this is why the bot lane's fight is because the junglers can't come affect the lane. It's a scrappy level sort of 1, level 3 fight that I say still favors Mad, solely because of the Lucian burst early. In terms of its kit, in his passive, getting the double shots, always is more favorable than the, what's it called? The big boy Ezreal burst. Now, what we end up seeing is the empowerment from the Ezreal goes on, and so he arcane shifts forward. This now gives Lucian the go-ahead to trade into the Ezreal because Ez does not have his escape tool that he would use instead of his flash. So Kazi's goal here is to get the flash out from Kobe. And what happens is he binding lights his Q, he gets that damage down. The ignite comes out early, saying, look, I'm gonna fight you and kill you. Trying to say, you better back off here, Kobe. And the damage just comes through. The root hits onto Kazi from the Karma. I don't know if that was the empowered one, but it certainly is enough to force some action. Kazi now is in a situation where Jonghyun is freely hitting him, and Kobe has just had to flash because Hilly was stepping forward to probably bubble him. And as such, it's just support hitting support. Flashes traded. Jonghyun tried to mantra Q Kazi. Kazi respects it, flashes it, and is still alive. Now, Hilly realizes, okay, I'm winning this trade. My cooldown's coming up quite soon. I can fight this. So what does he do? Flash, W. Putting the slow down onto Kobe. Auto attack. Empowered auto? I couldn't tell if that was empowered, but an auto attack was enough to kill off Kobe. Now this is a situation for Jonghyun. Kazi now can free farm, freeze the wave here, and get a lot of CS and continue to scale that 300 gold lead that he's picked up for himself. But we mentioned earlier, 113 had the inside track to this bot lane. That's a big thing, because Maokai cannot come down here. He was forced away. So Kazi and Hylissang have to pay respect here to the fact the Vi can easily come, kill them, clean them up, get a double kill. Because Jonghyun can root anyone he chooses, because no flashes remain on this mad bot lane. So, respect paid, they back up, and the minion wave is surprisingly just going to get frozen. No one's going to clear it. They're just going to let the minions die. Jonghyun here realistically could have greeted and pushed the wave under turret. That would have been probably the more beneficial thing for him. And certainly for Astralis, because that could have got Ezreal a bit more free time on minion wave. But instead, Ez is actually going to get to the wave first. Never mind what I'm saying. Ez just gets to clear the minions. And he's going to claw himself back in terms of CS. Because Lucian Nami is going to miss out on a couple of CS here. I dare say, we're not actually focusing on the bot lane right now with the camera. But it's, in my opinion, a fairly even trade overall. The gold lead is marginal in the bot lane. And that's because Hilly got first blood. And look, the wave is where it was when the deaths happened. It's just frozen here, as just clearing minions. As we watch the fight again, yeah, it's just waiting for sums to get burnt. And yeah, Hilly, being the mastermind he is, sees no flashes on the opposite team. So he's going to go aggressive. He is empowered by the E. You didn't see it on live, but he was empowered by the E. That's actually huge. I didn't actually know he was. I thought he was, but you couldn't tell. Anyway, back to live. And gold leads show favor towards Mad right now across the board. And yet, Astralis are making the plays. They're getting themselves first Drake on the board. Chemtank Drake. Could be nice for a bit of health regen. Not obviously the most beneficial, I would say. You'd prefer probably the soul of that to just a random Drake of it. I don't know. So, if this was old Chemtank Drake, I think everyone prefers the soul of it to the just normal. It was certainly powerful as just a normal Drake, but right now, as it stands, I would say the Drakes aren't the best roles for either team at all. As bot side, Hilly just caught out, does not have flash. Good play by 113 to recognize this bot lane. There's a lot of free and easy kills because sums are down. And I think Elyoya recognized that. He was expecting to play, but he didn't wait long enough, and as such, he backed up. And this is where we get to see the power of supports just backing up ADCs from waves. Astralis, though, going to get themselves a favorable back here. Waves are going to reset. And in fact, Mad will push this into Astralis, so this is going to be huge because Ezreal slowly making his way back. Going to probably pick up maybe 4 minions off this next wave. As, again, Lucian gets a favorable back here as the wave hits turret. This is a game of inches right now. In terms of how it's being played, it's very close this early game. We haven't realistically looked at any other lane other than bot lane, but that's a big thing we're focusing on because of... Never mind, we're going to see a catch out here. Jonghyun caught. That's a twisted advance. It's going to be... Oh, just... You shouldn't have flashed there. That was a definite kill, no matter what. Okay. I need to drink my coffee. Basically, Jonghyun was trying to set some vision down to kind of keep track of where Elyoya was, but Elyoya was slightly ahead of Jonghyun in terms of his pathing, which meant it was very easy for him to lock up the Karma, burnt all her sums in the previous fight, trying to kill Kazi, and yeah, that's just kind of keeping the spot lane a bit more even, trading 1-for-1 in the long run. But what has happened is Elyoya has been shadowing the spot lane as, oh boy, jungler versus jungler, ADC versus support. I think that favors Astralis, and that's going to be the Realm Warp coming in as well. Oh, this is just well played by Astralis here. Oh, that was such a good sort of like... Okay, we'll go back to the start of it because I need to explain this. As... You see, essentially... Mad are getting in the push here. Jonghyun has just died, and he's managed to run his little ass down to the bot side. This is big because Mad have managed to set up a push due to the fact Ezreal was farming on his own, and Kazi wants to crash this on the tower to get at least one turret plate. And if he gets that, then he guarantees himself some gold to kind of get him onto his mythic. What we do see before this is 113 gets the Herald, and he's managed to roam his way down to the spot side on the map. And mini wave being pushed in, it's hit the turret. Elyoya is here shadowing to give a bit of protection to the spot lane, but so's 113. The W from Karma gets put down onto Kazi, who does not respect the fact he's going to get rooted if he doesn't use his dash. Or did he just use his dash? He doesn't. Does he use his dash? No, he doesn't use his dash. So he probably is sitting on his dash right now. He doesn't respect it, gets rooted. And look, the burst out from Ezreal as 113 is coming in from the side onto Elyoya, who does not have ult. Elyoya has used his ult to kill off Jonghyun a few minutes earlier. The bubble lands onto Jonghyun, and he's getting Cullen to the face. But a lovely body block, shall we say, from Kobe to try and stop the last remaining bullets from the culling. Doesn't manage to keep Jong-hoon alive. Instead, it's just a dash forward. Turret shot goes towards Kazi, but the last auto attack damage goes on to Jong-hoon. This is where Mad have overstayed. Support for ADC is what we've seen. And I don't know about you, unless it's the LCK, support damage in the LEC is not as good as what the damage from supports in Korea are. And there's no fighting chance here for Hilly and Alyoya. So Vi is killing off Alyoya, but changing targets here, Q's towards Hilly, cease and desist. You've also got coming in from the side here, the Realm Warp, and Alyoya, I think, is dead as well here, but Hilly is super dead. Boom, dead. Double kill over to Kobe. Rooting, the Q comes through. He is surprisingly going to walk away, but the dive is still an option here for Astralis if Alyoya stays. But instead, they're just going to use the Herald to get a lot of turret plating onto Kobe. Keep him as this very fed carry. He's only going to get 2 plates? Oh, I don't know if he gets local gold for that. He just backed off as it went down. So 3 plates fell on the bot lane tier 1. And yeah, this is just greed coming out from Kazi. Kind of costs him. And again for Hilly, he dies. Mid lane is the only solace for Madlions right now, as Niski picks up a lot of gold, killing off some turret plates there that he manages to pick up. He only gets 1 plate. Okay, never mind. But it's still a 600 gold lead for Madlions mid laner. And somehow, Kazi still has a gold lead over Kobe, who rushed his Essence Reaver. Not going for his mythic just yet. He'll probably go into Manamine second, or Duskblade as his mythic, or Eclipse as his mythic. It depends. I don't know realistically what Ezreal's build now. They've had so many builds over the years on the new item set. It's hard to tell what he's gonna buy. But looking at how this is going, it's actually evened out the gold. Okay, what? That did not say, like, 300 gold. Okay, it's still even bot side. Just insane to me how it's even. But top, Cassante going all out onto this Jax. Oh, okay. This is called greeding. You think you can kill him. You're in an isolated 1v1. You know you're isolated 1v1 because the rest of your team's bot side and have spotted out the rest of Astralis. You think you can kill him here as the Cassante because your kit just has so much burst. Goes all out here. Finn is holding onto his dodge zone, his E, counter attack, counter strike, whatever it's called. Once that last dash comes out from Cassante, he knows that all of his dashing kit is gone. He doesn't need to essentially chase the kill because the kill has chased him. And he just flashes the Q, and I think Chazzy misplays. He flashes as well. He doesn't need to. And the reason Finn flashes is if that Q... I don't know. I don't think Finn needed to flash either. I mean, we all know the burst Cassante can offer. But I don't think he needed to flash that. Because right now, Chazzy flashing, I assume is him trying to avoid the E. But it's just an empowered auto. from an ulting Jax that kills him. And as such, Finn gets an easy kill. Bot side, we're going straight in with the, what's it called? It's not Twisted Advance, it's the Bramble Smash, Maokai, we'll call it that. Coming through, lands onto Jonghoon, that's a kill. Twisted Advance comes through, Niski picks that one up. The one part of the map that is kind of winning for Madlions gets the kill. Meanwhile, topside Finn, well, Chazzy is gonna Chasey, whatever his name is, I don't know it, is probably gonna TP up to topside. He has done exactly that. So, realistically speaking, topside's going to be really hard for Cassante now, because Jax is slightly fed. Bot side, fairly even, as yet again, Vi doing the same wraparound gank. Flash for dash, Cullen coming through. Yeah. I like the attempt from 113. He manages to do the same wraparound thing, but a bit impatient. He probably thought that he was warded out, when in actuality, he was not. Mid lane, we haven't really discussed, but Ryze versus Azir is just a hell of a lot of scaling on either side. Obviously, Rod of Ages is going to be the pickup for Deo's Ryze. Once he gets that, which he's probably very close to doing, he'll be able to scale up a little bit easier against the Azir, who is already at his mythic and booties. Yeah, there we go, Rod of Ages picked up. Niski is slightly fed. That's all I have to say. And a fed Azir is just slightly stronger throughout the majority of the game as topside yet again trading. But the reason I say it's slightly favourable is because he provides a secondary angle of engage. With the Emperor's Divide, he's able to come in after the initial engage comes through from the likes of the Maokai and the Nami, and then just sweep him into these big burst close range carries like the Lucian. And that's huge. And realistically speaking, I would say Mad's teamfighting is slightly stronger than Astralis's. And Astralis kind of want to play a bit more into the side lanes with the champions they've got, although they offer quite a lot of poke from their bottom half of the map. Going back to mid lane, dive possibilities are what I'm seeing. If Deo steps a bit too close, he is giving some respect, and 113 now is going to give some respect. He's seen Kazi there, going to use his smite to just clear the wave and get back to his bot lane. Good pathing there to link up and stay safe. But mid lane, Emperor's Divide. Ooh. If Niski was feeling himself, he could have matched the flash. But instead, it's just going to be bot lane tier 1 going over to Astralis's. That's a missed ult from Ezreal. Okay, Astralis, I see you. Getting advantages bot side. Getting first tier 1 off the board. And getting a pick off. That's huge. It was a really good pick off as well. Obviously, 113 we knew was down there. Mad knew he was down there by the fact that they saw him go over to his bot lane. And essentially, he just gets a free and easy kill. Okie dokie. Pace should probably slow down now. We are entering the mid game. ADCs go to mid. And Herald is kind of the play from either team. They know about it. Hilly's starting it off. Oh, Yo-Yo's here now. TP being invested as well. I'm not saying aggressive. In fact, oh, it was only one TP. I didn't know if Cassante TP'd. I thought it was him. But no, it's just a very aggressive TP from Niski to get to top wave. Obviously, they know he's the Fed member of Mad and has the potential to carry the game for himself. So giving him more gold is obviously beneficial. But Kobe is the Fed member of Astralis, and I'm personally thinking it's probably going to be a battle of the ADC versus mid laner. As a whole, you just see this, and I personally think this fight favors Mad slightly more than it does Astralis, because Kobe, while Fed, is... How do I say it? As I'm yawning. Oh, God. I'd say, essentially, it's easier for Kobe to be caught out than the Azir, because the Azir is probably going to go aggressive. In fact, he is on the... Chasey's on the flank. This is Mad just bullying Astralis off. Tidal Wave hits Jonghoon. Wait, that's Dayor down. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage off the board. Oh boy. Okay. Two for one trade. I think that could have been a lot worse if the trade wasn't Rise being picked off immediately. Yeah, that's just unlucky. Bad positioning overall from the Rise. Never mind, we could see more. Twisted Advance is an option. He isn't going to go for it as Finn makes it under turret. Okay, let's watch this again. I just want to focus in on Dale. He was spotted out with the Leandri's proc on him. They know where he is. He's ticked off up there. Twisted Advance comes through. 113, now nowhere near the Drake. That's essentially Drake dead, because he's got to go quite a long distance to get back onto this Drake. Although Mad aren't immediately bursting it, like they started to chase down here before they went straight to it. In fact, Chasey still is. They now turn to it. Look, Drake's already down to 3,000. That's a dead Drake regardless. And Astralis should not be here. Dayor, this position, hit by the wave. The wave perfectly fits through that gap, meaning you're getting hit if you're stood here. Bubble, perfectly placed off the knock-up. And yeah, Niski gets damage down. Chasey knocks him back into the team. He also manages to pick 113 up with it. Oh, that's unlucky. But 113 is now forced to engage. He ults up, I presume, Kazi. And Jax jumps in. He's looking to chase the kill down onto Hylissang. In fact, Hilly flashes away, and it's Chasey pulling Finn away from this fight. The other Fed member of Astralis out of it, which means essentially Kobe has to go help Finn. And actually, I just want to see Kobe here. Okay, pulled out. Yeah, that's Smite, isn't it? From... Yeah, that looks like a Smite coming out from Elyoya. If Kobe's Q actually went onto the Drake here, I dare say Astralis would have stole it. Like, without a doubt. That looked like a Drake steal. But it does not. it's actually him trying to kill off Kazi. Does not happen. So what does he do? He flashes over the wall to give a bit of support to Finn on the ulted out Cassante. The rest of Mad can't really chase this, so this is just a free and easy kill. And boom, yeah. 2 for 1 out of that fight. And you can see Kobe and Finn, the two most fed members on Astralis, sitting up there competing against Niski. So we'll probably hit a lull point here. Never mind, what am I on about? 113 just gets absolutely deleted off the rift. So does Dayor. Oh god. This is the game. Luckily, Maokai falls. But Baron, I still think's on the table for Mad. Both junglers are dead. It's 4 members still remaining of the Madlions. Oh, this is so unfortunate. They think they've got a pick when in actuality they're the ones being picked. They're still positioning. Jonghoon should be able to get away. Kobe might not be as lucky. Oh my days, Finn! Finn. Oh. He's gonna get away. Oh. There's gotta be a No, you can't turn towards that. I was gonna say. Okay, that... I need a new mic stand. Let's be honest. I might not be even heard right now. Okay. I am being heard. Thank you. So, Baron was started there by Mad. We're not going to get a replay of it. The reason I was freaking about Finn's... Oh, Jesus. Finn's ult there... Oh, not ult. E there was... He managed to lock up Niski. But Niski obviously had Flash. If he did not have Flash there, that would have been a massive shutdown over to the Jax, who, as you can tell, is very fed and is doing a lot of work for this team. Honestly, Astralis' shining light this year has been Finn. And we saw it yesterday. We certainly saw a lot out of Astralis yesterday as they beat BDS. But BDS failed to draft Engage, something that Mad have a lot of in this game. And what I'm noticing is a lot of misplays out from Dayor here. This isn't saying he's a bad player, but this game, he's been caught out quite a bit. And that's kind of given Niski this 3-0-4 scoreline right now. Because he's been able to punish his mid lane opponent. And it's unfortunate that, because Chasey pretty much would be dead and buried in this top lane matchup. But instead, he's actually only 200 gold behind, as the third Drake of the game for Mad is picked up. Hextech Soul is the prize for them in 5 minutes, which, let's be honest, it's probably going to go over to them. But right now, we're definitely going to have... I'm going to say it, but I already see the Q charged. Chasey's caught. He's too bulky to die. And That TP sucks. Deo immediately bursted out. That stun. Finn, oh, gets punished. That's the Fed members down of... Yeah, that's just a wipe. That should be just a wipe. Good night, Kobe. Tick, boom. That was just greed. That's plain and simple. You can't kill a Cassante at this stage of the game. He's too bulky. He's been kept even. Look at his build. He's got Iceborne, Sunfire Cape, and Bramble Vest. He's stacking armor. So, the reason I say this is important is because Deo's so far behind, he does not do that much damage. And as such, Chasey just gets to walk away. Twisted Advance. Oh, that's... Oh, my days. Get me out. I'm gonna just go back. I just want to talk about this TP. TP comes through on a minion. I get why he wants to be there, because he wants to be in the middle of his team fighting. But, look. Mad are turning back into you. Meaning, the rest of Mad are very close by. That TP sucks. He should have realistically come here. Let's be honest. It's safer on his turret. He can run down then. Avoid any sort of engage, because Nami, a big champion with an ult that can hit everyone, is coming. You've also got the ult from Maokai coming in from this side. Always going to hit everyone. So, it gets used. TP. There. Azir Soldier. There. Maokai. Look where your team is now. Backed away. Ult from Nami's coming as well. Oh, God. Yeah, you're locked up. Culling. Yeah. Flash immediately burst. He's unable to now stay in this fight here, Deo, because he's just taken low. And Finn kind of has to make this play because he knows his mid laner is going to be killed if he does not. So the flash stun onto 2. Twisted Advance straight onto him. He's stunned up the most important target, Niski. And the Emperor's Divide gets dodged out by 113, which is good, but Finn's dead. Your main damage dealer's gone. And this Vi on top of Azir, who just hits a level 16 or 15, I can't tell. 15. Yeah, 113, my friend. You're level 11. Look where your team is. They're not going to be able to get anywhere near due to the Emperor's Divide, and 113 just dies. Niski gets an easy stopwatch to avoid all damage. Lovely Q from Chasey knocks Jonghyun back into death, and ticking down is Kobe. Niski. That's all I need to say about this game. It's the Niski show. He's been absolutely dismantling of Astralis. And we're seeing this matchup today again. I'm hoping he is not allowed to play Azir, because this is looking phenomenal from him. But then what do you give him? His Silas already got a quadra kill this year. Or did he get the penner? I don't know if he got the full penner. But he's got a lot of kills on that Silas. And yeah. This is the power of this Madlions squad into the mid to late game. They're just sieging you down without any real threat. I don't think Astralis can fight this. Deep TP from Finn. He's lurking. But as the Azir turret's just there to stop him. He can't get anywhere near this Madlions squad. And in actuality, he's the one now being caught out. Oh, that's such a nice ult from Cassante. Pulling him back into the team. Good night. This is just game. Mikhail's burnt. Oh, wombo combo of the century, wave and Empress Divide. Just kills off. Any dreams Astralis had of picking up game 1? Yeah, that's game. There was definitely a top gap this game with Finn decimating Chasey, but later into the game, Chasey just had to survive and be the frontliner that Mad needed. And yeah, pretty simple coming out from Mad here. Just an absolute demolition. And we've got 2 more games of this. I'm probably going to cover the second game here. The reason being is because that's giving you a good enough summary of how Mad beat Astralis. There's not much more needed to be said, because it was just a gap being created. And so let's just get into this. Play. There we go. Draft for game 2. Already go again. We're on a rampage. Astralis are on blue side this time. I think that's the thing we've seen throughout these best of 3s, is every team, or nearly every team, after they lose for game 1, goes to blue side. Because it's been predominantly red side losses, this split. And so, draft-wise, wow. That's a lot of Elioya's pool being taken away. No Sedge, no Mao. Vi, Wukong still left open. Mad might ban the Vi, but I think Lucian possibly could be a ban here. It's Varus, okay. So, here's what's probably going to happen. Astralis will probably lock in the Nami or the Lucian here. First pick. And then it's just going to be it's going to be the counter-attacking from Madlions. It's probably going to be the Vi. Picked up early. Lucian. I was not expecting to see that. Ooh. I forgot Ash was still open. But there's the Vi. So Nami should realistically be picked up here for Astralis. Mad, they've got the Heimerdinger angle. Definitely is an option for them. I dare say it should come out. Heimerdinger, it isn't being picked up as often. Ooh, but that's the Silas. The reason I'm oohing over the Silas is because I think this is a highly contested matchup for both mid laners here. Deo has found a lot of comfort on this pick. And Niski, we've already said about Niski. He's already finding success on this pick. Oh, never mind the Heimerdinger, it's a Draven. Oh, jeez, that's kill heavy central bot lane. Just a lot of aggression from the Madlions here drafted. I dare say the Vi will be paying a bit of a visit down there. But as a whole, Lucian Nami into Ash Draven. Oh god. Double Halo Blades. Oh jeez Louise. Mad probably are going to be very aggressive bot side. That's all I have to say. Niski will have to probably draft something safe. So maybe the Azir gets picked up again, unless it gets banned out right now. There we go, ban. Bye-bye. Victor, still open. Syndra. I mean, Syndra's... At the start of the year, you would have thought would have been picked up. She was picked up for a few games. But she's just not being seen that much anymore. But Victor still is an option. Akali is an option. Go full aggression here if you're mad. That's what I'm thinking. Just heavy aggression and do not allow the Astralis side to build bulk. I could definitely see Cassante picked up here for Chasey yet again, as it's that's your safe top side. Jax is open, although Finn's Jax was very threatening during game 1. Oh, it's the Rise. That gets picked up here for Niski. I like this draft from Matt. There's a very... it's a very clear objective as to what they want to do. They want to play towards this bot lane, because Niski can join in and threaten it. So can the Vi. But Jack's locked in for Finn and a Jarvan. Okay. I like this angle from Astralis. They've got a bit more team fighting prowess this game. It's a bit of engage differentiation from what we saw last game. Gragas picked up for Chasey though. Maybe he favours that matchup a bit more into the Jax. I don't know then, why would you go for Cassante in game 1? If you're going to go for Gragas game 2 into the same matchup. I mean, the big difference is going to be the jungler here for Astralis being the Jarvan. Having the option to just belly bop out actually makes a bit more sense than having to use your ultimate as Cassante to get away from it. So yeah, that makes a bit more sense, I guess, from Madlions to kind of get away from this aggressive jungle pick that kind of matches the aggression that the Vi would like to put out. So, getting into game, I said last time, expect the 5 fan. I don't think so this game with the Draven and Ashe. I think we're going to see a lot of focus bot side from level 1. I think we'll see definitely Vi down there, setting up some vision to provide a bit more protection to the early levels of this Ashe Draven, who will be looking to aggress onto Lucian army. And surprisingly, I'm wrong. It's actually going to be all of Mad in the top side jungle, looking to punish aggression out from Finn if he steps forward to put the ward down. $113 though has managed to step forward. So, okay, here, realistically speaking, let's talk about this. This is actually quite clever from Astralis. Finn is sitting here and it's a little sus because 113 has managed to walk up here into this brush here. The reason I'm saying that is because, let's be honest, if you're able to step into this brush, Mad probably aren't in this bot lane side or bot side jungle at all. The reason I say that is because, well, Niski would normally mark there if they were down here. Or the bot lane would be seen around here. In actuality, they're up here, but they've just backed up, and as such, Finn has the knowledge to play a bit more safe here and not go and place the ward that he wants to do. And now, Elyoya gonna walk past 113. Never mind, he's walking straight into him. Niski. Okay, nothing came from that. Just a bit of early aggression. Niski gonna make it a little bit harder for 113 to get a good clear. But again, Elyoya was put lower as well. Ward was placed down topside, so Finn going to be able to track Elyoya's pathing if he goes onto the red buff, which he will be spotted by. Yeah, he's going to go red. He's probably going to full clear red side top, go into blue side bot side, and yeah, kind of standard trade overall for the Vi. Wants to, I wouldn't say maximize the red buff, but he certainly wants to maximize the blue buff. As 100 games for Kazi. Wow. 100 wins. Surprised about that. I would have thought it'd be slightly more wins, considering, but then I remember he went to Vitality for a year, and Vitality lost a lot. Okay, bot side. Let's get into trades. Standard, obviously expecting the aggression out from the Ashe and the Draven, so they're probably always going to be focusing or forcing a push. 113 was spotted out on a ward, and now is just going to be collapsed on. Lovely flash out by Kazi to avoid the lockup there. And he just needs one auto, so he may throw one out at the minions just to get the speed up. But he isn't going to chase too hard. And yeah, again, aggression out the bot lane. What we expected to see. As it's just so much pressure being put down onto the map. It's just shadows. It's shadowing. This is just standard Draven Ashe play. I mean, as a bot lane, that isn't very standard. You're more likely to see a Lulu paired along with the Draven. But it's just standard. You hover that bot lane as a jungler from predominantly all of it because of the aggressiveness, because of what we could see. Now, more than ever, I think Elyoya probably will be staying bot side because of the fact that his ADC has burnt all his summoners. And all of them are still up on this Astralis side of the field. And yeah, as I was saying, look at the vision. There's a lot of protection for this Draven now, as pretty much every entrance into this bot side of the map is warded. And Elyoya going to be spotted out. Niski spotted out. And just, pain. As an ADC, you're kind of being forced off your wave. Vi charging the Q on Nami. Heal comes through. First blood easily picked up here for Draven. But he's under turret. And Silas is here. It's just going to be 2 kills for free. Elyoya not going to go over the wall with his Q. He is, in fact, going to dash into the Lucian. Going to trade 1-for-1 here as Silas. Flash. But it's going to be cleaned up by Niski. That is just a bloodbath in the bot lane. As 3 kills is picked up on either side of the map. Okay. Let's discuss it. So. Pause. Okay. Vi, we see here, stood in the minion wave, charging Q, is almost certainly going to dive at Kobe, if he can. So what does Jonghyun do? He goes, stands right in front of the Vi, making it impossible to charge at Kobe. That means that there's still a big damage dealer on the side of Astralis, able to pump out damage to whomever gets hit by turret aggro. Because at level 3, I should say, all 3 of these players are very squishy. If Draven gets the turret aggro, he's gonna die. And so, the charge up, bonk. Niski's here. Jonghyun is going to get the full brunt of this vile Q as TP comes through from Deo to try and match this play. Because Niski hasn't used TP, he's walked his way down here. Essentially, Silas has secured himself mid-push and is now TPing in as Nami gets a heal, but just dies. It's unfortunate for Astralis, but That was well played by Jonghyun, because he didn't allow Kobe to fall. Draven is now under turret, and turret aggro is on him. He gets hit by one auto, and Daeor's here like, hi, thanks for the free kill. Dash through onto Niski here, and it's just Lucian burst and Silas burst being thrown out pretty easily. Hylissang isn't able to affect this. He's nowhere near the play. He's now involved. And so Elyoya here makes the interesting decision to not Q over the wall, probably because he expects an auto attack to be coming, flying through directly onto him right now, and killing him. That is the case as Kobe kills him off, and instead of going over the wall, he actually Qs Daeor, meaning Niski and Hilly can put damage down onto these two quite easily. Instead of focusing down the Rise, who is the predominant damage dealer in this play, they focus Hylissang. Why? Because Niski's mana bar is quite low, and so he doesn't really have the spell slinging power that you expect from the Rise, plus his phase rush has just procced. As such, Niski uses his last bits of mana to get himself a kill, get a bit of his mana back, or a level up from Hilly. He would have died here from that initial burst. Instead, he gets the barrier, and he dies thanks to a flash coming out from Daeor to secure the kill. He gets himself some gold, but Niski, he gets 2 kills out of this, and he's happy with that because bot lane's pushed up. Never mind, back to live. Oh god. Flash QE, pretty standard from 113. Knocks up Hilly into not the bubble. He misses the bubble here, Jonghyun, but it's also a hit technically because it lands onto 113, which means speed up time, and Hilly is not able to run away from this. He's going to die, or so it may seem. In actuality, Mad have collapsed a hell of a lot quicker than what Astralis has. Daeor is nowhere near this play, as he's only just arriving. And as such, Jonghyun just being chipped away. He isn't going to die, but what is actually going to happen is cease and desist out from Daeor, and the bubble actually hits this time onto the right target. Vi absolutely deleted from the rift, and Jonghyun and Daeor surprisingly even out another trade for Astralis. And you can start to see here that the game is very, very even. And the top lane, we haven't really talked about. Again, the top lane has been left in isolation, and there's no difference between the two lanes in terms of gold. It's slightly head to fin now, but you look at the builds. AP Gragas versus this more bruisery Jax, who... Oh, lovely dodge there, actually. But we haven't had to talk about it, because all the action has been bot-side map. It's phenomenal what we're actually seeing, because I would have thought that this Draven would be ballooning ahead. In actuality, he's kind of been left more so to catch CS, because the Lucian army has been playing quite aggressive themselves and securing push for themselves. But once again, Astralis pick up for themselves the first Drake of the game, similar to game 1. 113 should just flank drag over the wall. Gonna wait to the last second. He didn't even need to be honest, but gonna wait it out and just force the Q out from Vi. But yeah, as a whole, this matchup is slowly but surely, I would say, evening out in favor of the Astralis team. Is Realm Warp gonna come through? Niski using that ult. First ult of the game for him. Not going to pick up anything in that jungle. In actuality, is going to take a lot of damage from the bot lane of Astralis. But this is just brutal now. This is what I wanted to see. Is Niski and Elyoya playing towards this bot lane, forcing Astralis off the wave, and as they do this, the CS just dies to turret, and the plating gets picked up. Kazi is gonna be now the most fed member of the Madlions, and that's what you want to see out of a Draven. Is this gold being picked up? And I don't think the turret plating will get evened up here, but Mad have played the bot side a little bit better than I expected. Okay. Am I frozen? I am frozen. Hi. Yay, nice. Ooh, there we go. I have unfrozen myself. Still a little bit... Ooh. A little bit choppy. Okay, I probably will need to look at that. Hi, me. I've been talking this entire time, but yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, I need to look at this, because my camera shouldn't be this bad. Okay. We're going to actually see Deo catch out Elyoya. Cease and desist come through. Jarvan's here. Oh. Oh. Okay. Gonna pause real quick. Is this better? That's a little better. Okay. So, we'll watch this fight again. This is intriguing to me, because it shouldn't realistically happen. So Deo pathing up from bot lane, as Elyoya clears out the camps that he was stealing away. Pretty simple, honestly. Deo just used his E, which is, in my opinion, pretty big, because he doesn't have the immediate jump onto Elyoya. And Elyoya doesn't actually know that yet. So what does he do? He goes Everfrost to lock down Elyoya, who is stepping forward. Immediately force a flash, burning a lot of sums. Cease and desist comes out here. The reason I'm pointing this out is Ashe is closing in. So's Draven. They're going to get that quicker. But Jarvan, right around the corner here, it's going to be basically jungle and mid versus jungle and mid. And so Elyoya, surprisingly, isn't the target. What we end up seeing is they are jumping the wall onto Niski. And that's probably to kind of dissuade Niski from firing in shots at 113. But Elyoya, Dale goes very low. And he flashes out. Cataclysm comes through. And boom, over the wall he goes. Lovely dodge, honestly, of this Draven ult. The whirling blades do not actually pick him up. And as such, that's going to be a shutdown onto Dale. But Niski is now in the prime position to die to 113. As Nami speeds him up, just walks forward, bop de bop, shutdown over, and another kill because Kobe has roamed up quicker than the Draven. Yeah, that is huge. A good play overall from Astralis here to capitalize on some misposition from, or over-aggression, I would say, from Mad, as they're able to just clear the wave, push it into the turret, and Herald gets dropped on top of that. Elyoya does manage to get here, but he isn't able to kill this, and that's going to be 2. No, not 2. One turret plate, it barely lives. If I was mad, I'd actually let the turret plating die. But anyway, Vi gets caught out, cease and desist onto her. The damage from Niski isn't enough to dissuade, and boom, just an easy kill. I like this play from Deor to flash over the to E over the wall onto Niski to lock him down longer, because he isn't able to then flash the Jarvan straight away, and yeah, just damage comes out. Kazi unable to affect the fight. If that whirling death hit onto Deor, I dare say that would have been a different fight, because Niski would have been able to survive a bit longer and probably pump out enough damage to change the fight. But Kazi doesn't get a cash out. He is sitting on 171 stacks now, which is kind of upsetting for him, shall we say. I personally would be hoping for more. But he did get a cash out quite recently. What is this song? It's bopping. It reminds me of like an ice type trainer with this the high notes. I like this. What is this? Oh, it's a remix of Champion Iris. Okay. I'm mad gonna contest this. They're just walking. What? Okay. Matter throwing. Simply put, matter throwing. That was an easy kill on Twilioya. They get that pretty free. Kobe! That damage output. Wow. Whirling Death. Oh, okay. 1 for 1. 2 for 1 technically in the long run, but 1 for 1 here. I believe we get a replay of all of that. Because that was sick. Coming out from Kobe's Lucian there. Okay. Game is at a state of evenness right now. Surprisingly, it's even. Oh, we're actually going to get fight here. Ashara used... Oh! Okay. So... Oh, jeez. Oh, my days. That was bloody. Okay. The big difference between game number 1 and game 2 is 113's play here. Instead of being... It's not just his play, it's also the rest of his team's play. He's playing a bit more with the team in terms of his engages, and we actually haven't seen Finn join any fight yet, I should point that out. He isn't involved in this game, relatively speaking. It's been the rest of Astralis finding picks, and it's so impactful. Because right now, he's walking up into Elyoya, who cues him, and he's just like, okay, I'll take damage. Because, spoiler alert, this is 3 AD champions on Madlions side of the Rift fighting a guy who's built a bit of armor just to deal with it. He walks forward, just chases, tanks the Ash Arrow. He's fine with that. That's his job, is to tank the arrow. Instead of focusing onto Jonghoon here, he puts the arrow onto 113, which I get. Cease and desist comes through, 113 has been basically busted out there thinking, okay, this is just like game 1, and, I don't know, 113 is just going over aggressive to try and get a pick. In actuality, you would say, yeah, that's true as what he's doing, but he's got follow-up here, as here comes the rest of Astralis. 113 locks up the Vi. TP finally comes through from Jax, whom is finally joining a fight. But look, Vi is essentially going to get called, and Daor is isolated. Now, Mad are just saying, are you just throwing 3 kills over to us yet again? In actuality, the Everfrost landing and rooting Hilly is huge. Because not only is basically Kazi dead, somehow, I don't even know how this Draven is caught out. Where is he? He's here. He flashes the wall. Oh, that's greedy. That's just greedy. Now it's just like, is this miscommunication from Mad? Because they just want to chase the fight. But look, they back up and try to turn onto Daor. If Kazi stayed over this wall, he would have been safe. But no, he's getting cooled down. He's being shot. He gets tagged by the Everfrost. Q comes through from Daor, and boom, he's down. Lucian gets a shutdown gold, and bye-bye to literally every stat Kazi had. He was fed for a bit, and now he's shut down, and Kobe has just claimed himself a nice juicy 500 gold bounty. Bye-bye, Hylissang, you're getting killed, and yeah, just cease and desist, stolen away, chasing down the Vi, and Kobe picks up a double kill, and a lot of gold on top of that. The big thing to note is it's going to be a turret. Free and easy for Chasey, getting himself 450 gold, kind of evening out one of the shutdowns that Astralis picked up, but mid lane tier 1's going to fall. Now what? What are you going to do here, Astralis? Because you just got this massive influx of gold due to shutting down the bot lane of Mad. Yeah, I'm sad that Kazi flashed, because that was one fight if he didn't. But it's just free and easy chase downs coming out from the Astralis lineup to pick up the kills and to pick up this team fight. It was perfect. Perfectly executed, and I'm impressed. Because that's given them a nice influx of gold. Somehow they're still even. What? That can't be right. Wow. Kazi is still in the lead for gold. I mean, he did just pick up a shutdown, didn't he? Being a cash out onto the Jarvan. But, like, that's the only reason this gold is kind of deceptive. Because you would have assumed, okay, oh, Ash Arrow, thrown out. Traded. Hilly's down. All the bubble tags. Oh. Jarvan immediately onto the Draven. Double kill to Silas. Triple kill. We're not going to get the Quadra. Yep, Daor is stepping up on the Silas this game. A huge difference between Game 1 and Game 2 is the Silas. I have to say it. His rise was misplay. It was shook. It was shady. But this game, it's just phenomenal out of the Silas. The Everfrost was bad there by Chasey. Slightly missing it. The stun wasn't going to hit. But Lucian pumping out damage onto Chasey puts him low. That's going to be 3 easy kills over to the Silas. Bit of aggression out from Jonghoon there. Slightly over-aggressive, I would say, with the flash. But I guess you kind of want to kill off the ADC. But you then realize, okay, what's there to play for on the map other than what Finn picks up in the top lane? Nothing much, really. Essentially, Astralis got everything off the board without having to burn a flash day of Jonghoon. Top side? Okay, not going to be anything. But the gold has finally swung in favor of Astralis after that fight. And so we now have to kind of evaluate the win conditions of Mad. They're nowhere near Soul. In fact, they've got no Drakes, and ideally speaking here, Astralis are going to pick that one up for themselves. They've forced Chasey back. They're going to clear out any vision. There is a ward that they're aware of behind them. They're not going to get that. And so, free and easy Soul Point Drake. No contest from Mad, whom were kind of more positioned up to top side. Finn, aggressive under tower. That is not tomorrow's matchup. It is actually going to be G2 Koi. I don't know why I'm pointing that out. But yeah, top lane tier 1 falls. Ryze going to get some gold. Influx of gold into him. That's surprising that the Ryze is ahead in terms of gold by 700. I would say the impact of the game is more favored towards Dale, but the CSD is probably where we see the gold advantage, as well as obviously turrets being invested into Niski. Kind of keeps him ahead of Dale in that regard. And what we're essentially seeing is the Madlions strat is always to say Niski is our player. That's kind of how it's been the entire year, and I would dare say we'll see it again today against Astralis. Just complete demolition as Kazi caught out. This is reminiscent of him. Ash Arrow just deletes him. 113 gonna pick that one up. Chase down onto Niski here from Finn. Gonna not land the counter strike. And Astralis just get to invade this top half of the map. Alyoya can't go near that turret. And once again, Baron in the sights of Astralis. Maybe not. They're backing. Wow. Okay, so coming into this, it's just 113. Sees Kazi. So the issue with Draven in a game where he's slightly behind or even is whenever he steps towards a minion wave, he's kind of screwed. The reason being is you can see his path that he is forced to take. I'm pointing at my screen. I should probably do it with my mouse. The whirling blades, his Q blades, you see where they land. This is a huge thing, why you tend to see engage heavy picks picked into him. The likes of the Jarvan. Usually you'll probably see a Nautilus bot lane against the Draven. And essentially you throw your hook or your stun, in the case of Nami it would be her Q, at the it's the Aqua Prism, isn't it? You throw the Aqua Prism at where the Draven's blade's gonna land. And so this one here, slightly forward. And so 113 thinks, that's an easy knock-up, if I dare say. He does limp dick it a little bit, but he gets on top of the Draven. Draven is either forced to flash this wall, which he does, but 113 follows. And while Draven is quite healthy, he's just being chased down, and 113 realizes, okay, my team's not here yet. TP is coming through, so maybe I can fight this. Dayor gets hit by the Ash Arrow, which is fine. He's not able to jump on top of Kazi yet. But what instead happens is he steals the Ash Arrow. Tidal Wave hits onto Kazi, with Finn using the wave to get the speed up. Because Nami passive, if you hit someone with your Aqua-based abilities, they get sped up. They get to jump on top of the target. And actually burst them out. Pretty simple to say the least. And so, jump straight on top. It's just a dead. Target is Al. Hilly's dead. 113 steals that away from Finn. I'm not saying that's a dumb idea to steal it away from your Jax, but it's a bit of a dumb idea to steal a kill from the Jax. I would have much preferred him getting that. And Hilly's down. So no Hawk shots, no wards, technically, from Mad, unless they use blue trinkets. There you go, there's the first blue. Baron should be quite an easy trade here. As 113. Oh my day. It wasn't even 113, it's Elyoya. What was that damage? Astralis throw? Question mark? Oh my lord. What is this fight? Okay. Huh. Hilly gets caught. Pretty simple. He's off the board. So, Astralis do the smart thing. Turn towards Baron. The reason they turn towards Baron is because Hawkshot wards no more. Bye-bye. They can't exactly put them down. And as such, I would say that essentially Mad here kind of have a bit of an issue. They can't get in unless they use blue trinkets to see where the wards are, where it is. Kobe is also very damage heavy. He walks through here and kind of isn't spotted. They see Elyoya here. So Kobe's like, okay, let's burst out their jungler. Then we can guarantee this Baron buff. In actuality, he goes in. Q. I should probably use my spacebar to do this. Q knocks Kobe airborne. Rise is there. Spell sling like a madman. Full combo pretty easily. And actually, it's going to be the ult out from the Vi to lock up Lucian long enough to kill him. Pretty simple. Cass gets chucked in, knocking away Jonghoon from the Deo's Silas. And so, yeah, that happens. Lovely Q out from Elyoya there on the bottom half to stop Jax jumping on top of Chasey. But look how low the health bars of Astralis are. They get on top of Niski, but it's going to be Elyoya saving the mid laner's life and trading a kill. And so essentially a 2-for-1 trade overall for Mad. Gets themselves kind of an even effect from the original fight. Obviously, Ashe died. So they traded basically 2 for 2. And so... Nice. So, 2 for 2. And so, essentially, Mad kind of keep themselves in the game. Stopping any Baron take. And basically making it so that Astralis have to play a little less aggressive. Obviously, they don't want Kobe to die like that every fight. But Kazi kind of has kept out the fight as well by Astralis. If he was able to get in a little bit more, I think that would have been the turnaround that Mad needed. Instead, he's kept out. That is not the match of the week. Keck W. Keck W. The actual match of the week for us is today. It's SK versus Vitality, which we'll be covering. Another rematch, isn't it? I believe so. But anyway. Deor. Getting chased down here. Cease and desist come through. Q, he's locked up. He's going to go into status. He has the Asher out. Yeah, he's just wombo combo to death. No real escape for him from that one. Chasey's barrel just stopping Hilly from getting the Baron. Or ward at Baron. Yeah, this game's now a bit too scrappy. Hex Soul is on the board in 20 seconds. Should be picked up here by Mad. Okay. I get what the actual live casters are saying. I'm not listening to them, but I know that they just pointed out the wards that Mad have around this bottom half of the map is very minimal. And so what we're actually seeing is Finn just soloing out the Drake, kind of saying, you can't go to Baron. We're going to chase you and stop you. And he's actually pulled off the Drake. Kind of obviously expecting a fight here is a bit more impactful. Mid lane pushes 1-1-3. That's a bit too aggressive in my opinion. Yasharo gonna miss everyone. Okay, now this is where Astralis are like, okay, we have to turn here. They've not got that engage ult. 1-1-3 goes in. Cataclysm onto the Hylissang and onto Niski. Chase down Cease and Desist coming out from Dale. He's kind of in the back line, but that's a lovely flash and flag and drag from 1-1-3, allowing Dale to pick up the kill onto Niski. Alyoya is running for his life. He's got to execute here. He's going to be chased out by Astralis. He's dead. But that's Baron over to Astralis. Drake is on the board. Execution of Vi. Bye-bye. Pretty simple. And away we go. Baron over to Astralis. Drake on the board, they're already pinging it. Watching this fight again. It's just 1-1-3 going aggressive. Simple. Flag and drag. Lovely ult onto Hilly and onto Niski. Kind of traps them in. Then it's just Dale chasing down. It's a lot of chase down is what this Astralis draft is. It's that Jarvan just being able to keep the pressure on constantly, and there's Hexol picked up. And this game's pretty much over. I'm going to quickly disappear and be back in a minute. But yeah, see you in a second. Okay, apologies. Had to go sort something out there. Okay, let's get to the gold. Yeah, this game flip-flopped at the, 13-minute mark into an Astralis dominant game. They've kind of controlled this very well. Through a lot of pressure being put down by 113 and Deo. Kind of forcing plays out from this Madlions squad. As yet again the Ashar gets stolen, they're sieging straight for the game here. They're trying to force Mad into them, because once Chasey and Elioya go in with their ults, they're kind of forced to stay there. Ashar gets Mikhail's. So what was it? Last week I was complaining heavily about Mikhail's and it not being picked up against an Ashe. I remember this. I was saying that you should realistically, against an Ashe, who is a lot of CC, you should pick up Mikhail's. And thankfully, Jonghyun has done that. Smart play overall by this Astralis team. So they've sieged, they've got the two inhibs mid and bot. Top lane gonna be hard because that's already on their turret. Okay, lock up. Kazi is put in the Cataclysm. Ashar. Oh, the Ashar deletes him. That's simply put how this fight's gonna end. He dead. Deo jumps on him. Now it's Hilly facing a full blast of the culling under the turret. Oh, flying drag, perfect. It's just kill city for Astralis here. There's no hope here. They're finishing off Niski last. And the reason being is because they just absolutely demolished him. Realistically speaking, you wouldn't have said this bot... Well, I'm frozen yet again on the camera. So basically, that bot lane was absolutely insane. Like, it was a lot of skirmish and fighting that needed to happen. But, like, mid lane, Niski wasn't able to impact the game as Deo did on his Silas. And that kind of indicated to me that, essentially, Silas is a big old pick that needs to be dealt with. And surprisingly, I believe that game was the most bloodiest game, according to GOL. That was the bloodiest game of groups. Yikes. That was very explosive. It was the Jarvan that got explosive kills for Deo. Yeah, simply put, it was a massacre out from Astralis this game. Just the constant aggression caused issues for this mad squad. Game 3, I'm not going to break it down, but all I need to say is Twitch, baby. It's a hard game to break down, purely because Twitch is an absolute demon in the bot lane. And you had a Cassio and a Karma. You kind of nullified the playmaking ability of Deo. And it just allowed Niski to be aggressive on his Azir, which we saw game 1 just decimate Astralis. And simply put, it was just well played from Mad. I can't really say much more than that. But yeah, I'm going to end stream here. Sort out my webcam that I've been having issues with. But thank you very much for joining me. I've enjoyed doing this stream. Bit of a long one as well. You could possibly see me streaming sometime midweek. I'm not sure. But I'll see you guys. I think this is the right one. Yay! see you guys next week. I'll be predicting the best of fives. We're finally at best of fives. See you guys then.